Hello, ladies. Tash here. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes to wait for whoever is joining us to jump on. Today is day 4, and we are covering something very important, really, really important. I'm just going to make sure that I have my headphones plugged in. Okay. So what we're covering today essentially is what's called a hidden agenda. So we need to understand the hidden agendas that are driving, hi Raven, welcome. Just you and I here at the moment. I have a feeling, I think Michelle might be joining us as well. We'll see who turns up today. I think the majority of people are going to be on the call tonight. So essentially this is going to be the training component to the call tonight. So today we're covering a very, very important component of money mindset, and something that is essential to look at. Essential, especially if you feel like you've been recreating the energy of battle in your business, battle in your goals, whether you find yourself sabotaging, whether you know that you have certain habits, certain patterns that you fall into that has you literally sabotage your goals. And it often the thought can come, it's like, this is, why is it that we sabotage the thing that we want the most? And this is a very, very powerful process that I'm going to take you through that's going to help you uncover that, uncover why it is that we sabotage the things that we want the most. So what I'm talking about is this notion of hidden agendas, and the importance of uncovering this when working with financial goals, when looking at money mindset, is like, it can't be underestimated. And essentially, I've got some notes here, so I'm going to be referring to these. But essentially, we need to understand what are the things that we have attached to our concepts of around making more money. What are the ideas, the notions, the beliefs, the stories we've told ourselves about what happens if we don't make that kind of money? What happens if we do make that kind of money? It's really, really important. Raven, why would I sabotage the thing I want the most? Been asking myself that all my life. This is gold for me. Yeah, really, really powerful. So essentially, I'm going to get you to do an exercise. So Raven, make sure please that you have a piece of paper and a pen. And I'm going to ask you to come up with an income goal, a number that is 3 to 4 times the amount that you think you could make. So if you're sitting with the idea of, okay, I reckon I could easily make $50,000 in my business, and that would be a good income goal for me to work for, I want you to write down 200,000. So let me know when you've done that. And then once you've come up with the number, and it should feel really a little bit out of reach, but also, if it's possible, it should also feel like if you could really get aligned with the work that you're doing, with what you're here to do, with get all of your subconscious on board, you could easily make that amount of money. So let me know. And then once you've got that number down, I want you to answer these 3 questions. So the first question, when I finally am earning that much money, I'll finally feel, so I'll write it in, when I'm earning that much money, I will finally feel 1, 2, 3. So when I'm finally earning that much money, I'll finally feel what? I want you to come up with 3 things. I'll finally feel what? And Raven, let me know when you've come up with this. Pop it in the comments. It's going to be helpful for me to see what you've come up with. When I'm finally earning $200,000 a year from my business, I'll finally feel what? For me, it was I'll finally feel worthy. I'll finally feel free. I'll finally feel validated that I am good enough. So what are yours? And I'll type in the second question. So the second question, I'll finally know that I am what? That I am good enough, smart enough, successful, powerful. that I'm validated. And then the third question, okay, so number one, I thought of 200 before you said it. Okay, good. So the first one, so when you're finally earning that much, you'll be grateful, satisfied, and relieved. Okay, grateful, satisfied, and relieved. I'll write that down myself. And then come up with the second answer. When I'll finally know that I am I'll finally know that I'm good enough. That was a big one for me. I'll finally know that I can do it, that this is something that I can actually achieve, that I'm validated in what it is that I'm doing here, that I'm not just running around in circles like a chicken with its head cut off. And then the third one, this is really important. I'll have finally proven to dad, mum, my brothers and sisters, those people who bullied me, I'll finally prove to them that I am what? That I'm good enough, smart enough, capable. Really, really, really important to get to, and look, I'm going to post these questions again, and we'll go through them again tonight in the call. If you have to sit with these questions for a little while, definitely do so, because what can come out of answering these questions is gold. Okay, really, really, really important. I'll finally have proven to dad that I am capable. I'll finally have proven to mum and dad that I can be successful. It generally goes back to mum and dad, but it might not. It might be to that teacher or to those people who bullied me, or to usually early childhood things. So once you've got that down, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And essentially, what we're going to uncover is these are hidden agendas. So you might have a money goal of wanting to earn $200,000 a year, but you've got tied into that goal all of these hidden agendas, all of these other things that are really important to you. You've got that totally tied up in your money goal. And what happens then when we don't, for whatever reason, we don't achieve those goals? It's like it's incredibly personal. We take it very personally. So a hidden agenda can be a really major source of resistance, because in the past, maybe we've set goals and unconsciously we've had all of these things tied up in the importance of setting those goals and actually achieving those goals. And when we didn't achieve those goals, what happened? We got really, it like flatlined us. It can be devastating, especially when we have really huge concepts, huge things tied up into our goals. Like, when I reach that goal, I'll finally have proven to myself that I am good enough. Or it often sounds like, I'll finally have proven to mum and dad that I'm good enough. I'll finally have proven to that person who abused me that I am actually capable. Whatever it is. And then what can happen, like I just mentioned before, is that when we don't, for whatever reason, if we don't hit these goals, then it takes us down. It knocks us right down at the solar plexus, which is where we feel our personal power, which is where we stand forth with confidence and shine. You know, it really is very, very powerful. But what else it can do is that when we have these hidden agendas operating in the background, it puts heaps and heaps of added pressure on us. Heaps of emotional pressure, heaps of psychological pressure. It's like we have riding on this goal more than we can even begin to understand. So let me know, Raven, how's that sitting? Oh, sorry, I haven't scrolled again. Damn it. I need to remember to scroll. Proven to my family, friends, and myself that I'm capable of working for myself and supporting myself. I don't need anyone else, and I don't need to go back into mainstream work. I can feel the shadow over 200K. Okay, great. I see the little smiley face. You can feel the shadow. So now you can spot it. Now you can see it. That is excellent. So you can start to understand how that shadow can work to keep us undercharging, to keep us not marketing. This is kind of veering off a little bit, but I just wanted to presence this for you, to keep us, you know, really at that safe zone underneath what we feel might be perceived as, you know, that other people might judge us. Let me know if that rings a bell. Circling back around to the hidden agendas now. So it creates all of this added pressure, and it actually wreaks emotional havoc on us when we have tied into our goals that I'm finally going to have proven to my family and my friends and myself that I'm capable, that I'm capable of working for myself, that I'm capable of supporting myself. So then what happens if for whatever reason we don't end up achieving that goal, Raven? I'll scroll to make sure you haven't. What happens if we don't end up, for whatever reason, you know? And also life, like business, has lots and lots of ups and downs. There are so many ups and downs in business. It is not funny. And we need to have a certain energetic quality to be able to deal with those ups and downs, to be able to be resilient in the face of those ups and downs, to not decide to throw in the towel at the first down because we have this tied up in this, our sense of approval, our sense of self-belief, our sense of self-worth. Raven, yep, I've also judged myself without knowing I had been abused and that all these blockages came from that experience. Yeah, really, really powerful, incredibly powerful. So can you see how important it is to uncover these? What I want you to do over the next few hours between, what have we got, like 7 hours, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7 or 8 hours, 7 hours. If you're jumping on the call tonight, I believe you said that you were, is to really, really sit with these questions and really get underneath them, and even get underneath proven to my family and friends that I'm capable of working for myself. Is there anything underneath that? Is there anything underneath that even further? I suspect that there might be, but you let me know. I had recognized a long time ago that I had blocks from the burning times. They're over all the healers from that time as well. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a couple of meditations that's going to be really good at releasing vows, really powerful at helping you to release vows from past lives. The other one that I'm going to upload today is a meditation that can help us clear the inner saboteur. So stay tuned for that. So essentially, if we have these hidden agendas operating in the background, let me kind of give you an example of how they can play out, okay? So we have this unconscious way of habitually operating to prove certain things, to prove that we're good enough, to prove that we're smart enough, to prove that we're worthy, that we can earn validation. And these unconscious patterns that we create often come from childhood in response to certain things that have happened when we were children, generally with our parents, but not necessarily. So then what happens is we end up attracting particular circumstances, particular people that match this battle energy, whether it's around criticism, whether it's around, you know, people that reinforce this belief that we are not worthy. Let me know if this is resonating. Whether we attract people that reinforce this belief that we're not good enough. And then we attract all of these situations and circumstances that prove, right? That prove to us that we're not good enough, that prove to us that we are not validated, that we are not worthy. And then we go into battle against those people and against those circumstances, which starts off the cycle all over again. And this is how our hidden agendas can play out, especially if we're finding that battle energy, because it's like there's a deep-seated belief within me that I'm not worthy. Maybe that's or that I'm not validated, that my needs aren't validated, that my intelligence is not validated. Maybe that's come from childhood, from someone somewhere along the line saying you're not smart enough, or you haven't achieved this certain goal, therefore you're not capable. So it kind of locks it into our subconscious, this need for us to always be feeling like we have to prove that we are worthy, that we are validated, that we can get the approval of other people in our lives. But then because we are putting it out there, we attract situations that reinforce that we're not good enough. And it goes back all the way. It's similar to how we've been talking about, the beliefs that we have. It's exactly the same thing, just spoken about from a different angle. The beliefs that we have locked in our brain, we will find evidence for. We will unconsciously find evidence for. We will attract people that will prove to us over and over that those beliefs we have are true. That's the nature of the way the brain works. So a hidden agenda, there's 3 particular motives that drive hidden agendas. The first one is, if I achieve this goal, it's going to give me something that I'm going to get to feel. So I'm going to get to feel safe or validated or free. If I achieve this goal, it's going to give me something that I'll get to prove. So I'll get to prove that I am smart. I'll get to prove that I am worthy. Or a person that I'll finally get to be, whether that's going to make me powerful or respected or smart. So something that I'm going to get to feel, something that I'm going to get to prove or have validated, and a person or quality that I'm going to be or emulate. Proving worthiness through work is a family pattern. Yeah. So I'm going to have to work really hard to prove to everyone around me that I'm worthy, that I deserve this money that I'm making. Is that right? Let me know if that's come up. When younger, I would get a job easily, achieve highly, and then leave to run to somewhere else. I could prove I was smart, could achieve well. Did you then have the pattern of needing to run, needing to, like when things get to a certain point, needing to sabotage, needing to flee, needing to hide, needing to go into that frozen nervous system response that we were talking about yesterday? Let me know if that's shown up for you as well. Give me a love heart if that has. So this is also why in business we can get so easily affected by the ups and downs of running a business, of being an entrepreneur. Okay, yeah, exactly. Because, when we are working for someone else, we don't have all of these things, all of these qualities, all of these hidden agendas attached to our goals, especially, if there's something that if there's a big challenge that happens when you're working for someone else, it's like you don't take it personally. It doesn't mean you don't make it mean anything about yourself. But when we have all of these hidden agendas attached to our personal goals around making money, around being successful, when I'm successful, that I'm finally going to prove to everyone that I am capable, that I'm worthy, that I'm good enough, that I'm right. I'm going to prove to them that I'm right and they're wrong. And then when we go through the ups and downs of business, it's like we don't have that emotional agility that we actually really need to be able to deal with the ups and downs of business, to be able to deal with the roller coaster ride that we've made the decision we're going to be on. Does that resonate? Give me a heart or thumbs up if that does. Raven always had the pattern of needing to run, then freeze came through every time. Yeah, so running and then hiding, stuck in freeze. Love to hear from you, Raven. How did that nervous system tapping go yesterday? How have you felt when we started to uncover that for you? I also did a lot of work for Earth unconsciously while doing all this running. I used to blame the universe for pulling the rug out from under my success. At the same time, I would be getting bored with that job anyway. And it's really important to notice here as well, if we have in the past blamed other people for our lack of success or blamed other people for our lack of anything, it's we give our power away. I'm sure we all get to, hi Michelle, I'm sure we all get to the point where we start to understand that, we can't blame other people for our own lack of success. In fact, when we take responsibility for that, we actually give ourselves a lot of power back. Michelle, I'm talking about this concept called hidden agendas. What I might do is, rather than go through all of the content, I might get you to come back and rewatch from the beginning. And then tonight, let me know, give me a thumbs up if you're able to join us tonight on the live call. we're going to really do some tapping around this. Really, really important to uncover our hidden agendas. Essentially, what are the things that we have attached to our goals? What are the inner desires, inner needs that we have attached to being successful, to achieving our goal, to earning $200,000 a year in our business? Just Raven and I have been talking about this, and we've uncovered all sorts of things. The fact that, you know, Raven's uncovered that she's had needing to prove to her family that she can do this, that she can be capable, that she can take care of herself, that she's had all of that tied into her goals around creating money, around being successful, around being successful in her business. Hi, my client call went longer than expected. I'm excited to hear. Tapping yesterday was very powerful for me. I slept after our session, went to sleep singing my mantra of calm is safe. I've done more tapping today and I'm feeling the body rushes that come with successful releases. Yay. That's really, really great. Keep me tuned. Keep us tuned. So essentially, this is why, yeah, like I said, this is why in business we can be so affected by our perceived failures, and especially when we see them as failures. When we have all of this riding on our success, when we don't, quote unquote, achieve what it is we set out to achieve, it's like we take it personally. It's a personal attack on my sense of self-worth. It's a personal attack on my sense of validation and approval of myself. If I can't prove to Dad that I can be successful, that I don't need to be taken care of, that I am good enough, and then for whatever reason I don't achieve the goals that I set out to achieve, it's like it is such a personal affront. So it's so important for us to remove these hidden agendas from our goals. I can have a goal of making $2,000 in my business and not have my self-worth riding on that goal. I can make a goal I can set a goal of making $500,000 in my business and not have tied into that goal battle energy, needing to prove to people, see, I can do it. See, look at me, I can do it. See, I'm capable. See, I can achieve this. I am good enough. You were wrong, I'm right. And this is where sabotage patterns come from, because the battle energy, this is battle energy. We're battling with our goals. We're battling with ourselves. Even though psychologically, unconsciously, we're battling with mum or dad, or we're battling with that person who abused us, or we're battling with our childhood bully. Let me know, give me a heart or a thumbs up if this is resonating for you. And I know, Michelle, you've come in, unfortunately, you're only coming in at the end. But if you go back to the beginning, it will make a lot of sense. It's really, really important to clear these hidden agendas so that we can just have a goal of making $200,000 or $100,000 and not have our self-worth riding on that. So one thing that I want to ask you to do is just think back over the past goals that you have. Hang on, Raven, I'm at the interesting juncture of being very comfortable with what I want. And now the inner battle is being unpacked. I'm really ready. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready. Oh, so you're happy and you're ready. You're ready to start taking things, to start shining, to start really taking things big. You know, this is the impetus that we need to really release the shackles of the things that have been holding us back so that we are free to soar, so that we are free to spread our wings and be radiant and shine. So think back over the big goals that you have set in the past, whether there's any goal trauma in there. I know, Michelle, we've done some work with goal trauma. Raven will cover that. Think back over the goals that you've set in the past and just have a look. How did you react to challenges that you experienced? When you experienced big challenges, big adversity, how did you react to them? Did you take them really personally? Did you react really severely? And were you left wondering, why did I react so intensely to that? This is often why, because underneath we have these hidden agendas. And often these hidden agendas are running the show. We might think that we want to be in business to, you know, create a life that, you know, lets us have an amazing impact on the world. But if we don't uncover this, underneath the surface of that, it might be, I'm creating a business, a successful business, so that I can prove to mum and dad that I'm worthy, that I'm good enough, that I'm capable of creating success. And that is incredibly powerful because it brings that battle energy, like I've spoken about, brings that battle energy into your business, into your decision making, which leads to sabotage. Self-sabotage is the primary way that we are in battle with ourselves, right? We're taking ourselves down when we're in sabotage. So I think that's all for now. We're going to pick this up again tonight. Tonight's going to be really powerful. If you can make the tapping circle tonight, definitely come along. It's going to be really, really powerful. This is a really important one to release. What we're going to start to do is really learn how to direct our hidden agendas toward positive agendas so that it's not in battle. We're not in battle with ourselves. We're not in battle with mum and dad. We're not in battle with our siblings or whoever it is, with ourselves. And when we can do this, it's like, you know, we take the pressure off, and then achieving our goals actually becomes really fun. We don't have so much writing on it. Thoughts, aha moments? We've got a couple of minutes before I'm going to sign off. Let me know, guys, if there's anything that has come up for you. Michelle, I'd love to hear. I know you've only caught the end of it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll finish up here so that you can go back over and watch it from the beginning. Let me know how your sales call went. I'm excited to hear. Alrighty, guys, much love. Continue to uncover these hidden agendas before tonight if you can. We will go through that little exercise again. I won't go through it in as much depth, I don't think. But also stay tuned. I've got some really beautiful meditations coming your way. I've got this amazing meditation that I'm in the process of recording at the moment around releasing the inner saboteur. So it goes really hand in hand with this, with the hidden agenda process that we're working on at the moment. Alrighty. I think that's all. Take care, ladies, and much love. Let me know your insights. Okay. Cheers.